Dear students, let us continue with our Unit 3 in Information Retrieval System, and today's topic is synthetic parsing. Already since the start of the unit, we are dealing with parsing. Now what do you mean by parsing? Which will take token as an input. Means it is a part of the text that user want to search. That is what parsing. And synthetic means what? Meaning of that token, and based on the meaning how I will improve my search. Means whatever string, whatever text user want to search, that will be divided into pieces and that will be inputted as a token to my parser. Okay, then based on meaning of that token, I will improve performance of my information retrieval process. Okay, so let us see what do you mean by it. When we are applying syntactic parsing in natural language processing, then what we are doing, we are trying to analyze syntactic structure of that sentence or phrase. Now, what do you mean by syntactic structure of sentence or phrase? I am trying to analyze meaning. Okay. Now, it not only involves meaning, it is a step-by-step process. So what we are doing here, first I will try to identify in which component of grammar it will lie. Means it is which part of speech. Now as we have seen in previous videos, there are different part of speech. It may be a noun, verb, adjective, proverb, like that. Okay. So whatever is that token will come under which category of part of speech. That is the first step. Then what is the relationships of these tokens? By applying rules of syntax of language. Now for example, generally is, are, how we are applying he is, you are. Okay, we never say that you is. So there are some rules. So based on that rules, how I am relating the tokens with each other. Then the next one is how different words are related with each other. Based on that dependency, I will construct a parse tree or the dependency tree. Means generally, what will be the sentence? How are you? Means what will be followed by how? Are. What will be followed by are? You. Means followed by are, there will not be I. Generally, I don't use are term for I. So that dependency will be represented using the tree structure. Okay. Now, what are the key concepts in the syntactic parsing? Means for applying the syntactic parsing in my information retrieval, what things I should consider? First one, I should see whether it is following the proper syntax rules. Now what do you mean by syntax? It is a set of the rules which will combine the phrases or sentences in a language. Okay. Now it focuses on the structure and the relationship between the different components. Means in what sequence your tokens are appearing, whether it is following the grammatical rule or not, that will be checked using syntax. Then based on that dependency, I will decide what is the root node. Means what should be the node at the base level, what should be the node at the next level. So this all hierarchical structure will give me a parse tree or the syntax tree. Okay. And finally, based on the dependencies between these nodes, I will decide the dependency tree. Okay. Means the nodes will be connected based on the dependency. Okay. The two childs will be connected only when there is a dependency between them. Otherwise, generally the child node will be connected to the parent node. Now, what are the steps involved in the syntactic parsing? The first one, what what was the first step? I should check the syntax. So that syntax checking is performed and then I will go for the lexical analysis. So what I am doing in the lexical analysis? After applying the lexical analysis step, I get the output as a token. Means whole my sentence will be inputted to the lexical analyzer and then I get the tokens. Now what do you mean by tokens here? Whatever is your sentence, that sentence will be broken into parts. Okay. Now what is the sentence here? The cat sat on the mat. Then what will be the tokens? The cat sat on the mat. Just go on splitting it. Okay. Then each of this token will come under the specific category of the part of the speech, then assign it accordingly. Okay, now D is what determinant, cat is what noun, sat is the verb. So like this you should divide your token in particular part of speech. Okay, then build the parse tree. Okay, now here what I am doing while building the parse tree, I have to apply the two techniques. One is a constituency parsing and second one is a dependency parsing. Okay, now what I am doing in the constituency parsing, just I am going on building the tree based on which will come at the root level, then what will be the child nodes of this root. Based on that I will develop my tree, and then in dependency parsing, how the nodes are related with each other, based on that dependency parsing will be decided. Okay, and then a grammatical structure will be assigned based on the syntactic rule. So this is what known as a context free grammars, means you are giving labels to the word or group of word, means what, you are giving label to the phrase, but how? By applying syntactic rules, by applying the grammatical rules. So that is what called as a context free grammar, means the meaning, the search process should not be affected by the particular situation, by the particular context. That's why it is called as a context free grammar. Now what is the example? What is my sentence? The gallbladder is surgically absent. Okay, now the word I will take at the root level sentence, then the next two nodes of my root node, the next two child nodes will be the noun phrase and the verb phrase. These are the main part of speech. Now again in the noun I can find out whether it is a determinant or whether it is a noun. Okay, now the is what? Determinant, and noun is what? Gallbladder. Now in the verb, again there are two types of the verbs. One is a auxiliary verb and second one is a adverb verb. Now is what? Auxiliary verb. Adverb verb is what? Surgically is adverb, and again there is a phrase that is acting as an adjective, that is what the absent. Okay, so like this you should be able to form the parse tree by applying your grammatical rule. Okay, and again these nodes, if they are dependent on each other, then you will construct the dependency tree by giving the links in between these nodes. Okay, now what are the techniques you are using? Means these are the types of the synthetic parsing. Okay, top down parsing. In top down parsing, as the name is suggesting, you will start from which node? Root node, and you will go level by level to the leaf node. Bottom up parsing, what I am doing in the bottom up parsing, I will start from the leaf node, means whatever are the words at the leaf node, that I will combine. The cat will be combined together in a noun phrase. So that I am doing in the bottom up parsing. Early parsing means what? It is a dynamic parsing that can parse the sentences using context free grammar. Okay, now here what is the advantage of context free grammar? The meaning of my token is not affected by the context, by the situation. Okay, that's why it is able to deal with the ambiguity. Then the shift reduce parser is one kind, and the next one will be what? Transition based parsing. Now what are the challenges? What is the difficulty in the syntactic parsing? As we are seeing from the starting, your parsing should be capable of handling the ambiguity problem in your natural language processing. Okay, now one word with two different meanings. Now listen, what is the example given here? I saw the man with telescope. It will be interpreted in two ways. Either the man had the telescope, or the speaker is using the telescope to see the man. Okay, are you understanding? The man is holding the telescope, or the person who has saw the man has used the telescope to see the man. Okay, so like that meaning is changing based on the context. So that is what called as the ambiguity, which will affect the performance of your information retrieval system. Now there may be the complex sentences, means simply by reading only we are not able to understand the meaning. Then how our computer will be able to search the related content, how our computer will be able to retrieve the related information. So that is what called as a complex sentence. Now listen here, the dog that chased the cat ran quickly. Now who ran quickly here? Whether you are dog or cat, you are not able to understand. Okay, you are making the reader confused here. Okay, so that is what called as a complex sentence. Now the next one is what? The most important challenge, that is what? The language variation. In next video, how to deal with the language variation, that we are going to see. But what do you mean by language variation? Now user is giving his search in a particular language, but your database corpus, that is the document corpus, is in the different language. Then how you are going to handle this variation? So that is one of the challenge. So this is all about syntactic parsing, in which how meaning is affecting your search process. Thank you.